Now here we also have some of my other high meats. I think here I have, that is salmon, that's also coming up to a month old. I think that is a kidney, also pretty old. And then some beef heart, and you get the idea, some beef fat in there as well. Now I'm going to try some of this high liver. You can see it's got a bit stuck to the lid there. Show you a quick bird's eye view. Not sure how well that you can see in there. Right, here goes. I've had this quite a few times by now, so it's not too bad for me. Try not to get any fingers in the jar there. So here we go, high liver. People say it has a cherry alcohol flavour. I quite enjoy it, to be honest. Got quite a strong taste to it there, but interesting. Whilst we're here though, I'll
Hey, Maggot. I kept it buried in my compost at first, but for the last half of the fermentation, mostly it stayed in the back of my truck. I tried to keep it out of the sun. It smells real good to us high meat lovers. I ain't gonna start eating it right away. I want to see how old I can get this stuff. Keeping it buried down here in the compost pile so it doesn't start those damn cat fights in the middle of the night, hopefully. Look at all these tracks and lines on the jar. Those are obviously some kind of trails from some creature that's living in my high meat. It's just become a sludge now. It's nothing like the tuna I originally put in this jar. My greatest fear is that I'll drop this jar and break it in a very inopportune place. You know, like at my job or in my truck or somewhere I don't want to break it. Better hurry, the flies are starting to come. Got the old blue glove out. Making sure I don't get this rank stench all over my hands. Look, it's just like sludge down there. Now for the part I've been waiting for, the taste test. Sure, it'll be fine if I just set it on the ground here. While I don't want any flies getting in there. What? Oh, that's just... that stuff to the top is just some schmeg that chipped off the top of the jar. See all the schmeg on the top? Yeah. I happen to like the smell. Everybody else runs in terror. This is I've never had high meat come out this well, and it's a little unnerving to try for your first time, so I know it's already going to be spicy as hell. Mmm. Oh yeah. That was amazing. I don't know how asparage does it.
So what on earth have we got inside these three lovely things? Now, just so you know, from the moment I bought what's inside, nothing has been refrigerated. Okay, so we might start off with the one with the silver lid. And that smells absolutely horrid. Now, don't know how well you can see inside, but that is chicken liver, which I bought back in May. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but the blowies are starting to go absolutely mental for this. Okay. Here we are. All right. So that has been in there since the start of May, which is about 6.5 months ago. The little puppy's interested in what I'm doing here. For a bit of the battle there, the puppy has been subdued. So we move on to the blue jar. Look, we've got inside here. Oops, see if I can focus that a bit better. That is chicken. So we poke in a little bit there. Still sort of looks like normal stuff underneath. Yeah, this has only been in here since June, so that's only about 5.5 months as opposed to 6.5. So just dig in and get a little piece of that. Get a small one. There we go. All right. There we go. Yeah, the chicken there had a bit more of a kick to it. It's kind of like wasabi, as opposed to the liver, which just tastes a bit shit. But what can you do, you know?
Mahal tayo man pasapsapa sa boy.
Are tayo man birthday san anak ko swagat gedan. Ta wara ita pimis nang binikpikan tay di kanan to na ta testingan na. Non panagut utag diam ama.
Yeah. I boil my ano kumana na.
These are the eggs.
Oh, so there is maggot eggs.
Yeah.
Ay nabugis.
There are maggot.
Yeah, I see. And so now, do you like itag? Do you like any itag?
Sure.
And with maggots, do you care or don't care?
Just the other way around.
The other way around?
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah.
The older the better.
Older the better.
Sanay na
This all got started last week on a Sunday. It's been about 5 days since I acquired this New York strip and left it in a jar in my truck. So let's just go right up out of the middle here. Hair on your meat puts hair on your chest. No, that's some actual hair. I'm not too worried about it. It's been purified by fungus. I'm looking forward to giving you this incredible flavor portfolio. It doesn't smell bad. Like, it has a little bit of odor, but since it was dry aged, there's not a lot of moisture, and the fungus has a funk, but nothing like the bacteria. Oh my gosh. So chewed it a few times for flavor and just swallowed it down. Kind of tastes like some old deck boards. I know the meat's ready once these maggots start turning into flies. When I first started it, some maggots got in here, but I kind of left it in the direct sunlight, and they all kind of died. You see, they got nice and big and fat, but there's the dead maggot carcasses. And so I just continued aging the meat, and eventually a few more little maggots got into the meat, but not very many. And then one day I went to the grocery store, and dang it, I forgot to put the lid back on the jar. When I came home, first thing I checked on was my high meat, and there was a little clutch of eggs perched right on top of this flesh. Let's check on the old high meat project. Can you see them squirming around in there? They're getting pretty big. So it's had a week of solid, fresh air, and it got kind of dried out. All the maggots have started turning into flies. None of them have successfully turned into flies. I don't think that being in a jar of high meat was conducive for their transformation. I think most of them went into the pupating state and kind of failed, so we haven't really gotten any flies out of this jar. But this is where we're at now. Let's see. Oh yeah, the bottom of it is still really gooey, and see, there's still some live ones in there.